Hi. Good morning. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Debbie Webb, Cynthia, Brenda. Good to see you. Jack Buck, how you doing? Yes, last night's stream did fly by. And I'm up early because I'm sick. Yes. My wife and I are both sick, so my voice will probably sound a little bit different, and I'm all stopped up. It's no fun, but hey, as such as it goes, you just have to push through it. The warm coffee helps out, though. It really does. It helps out quite a bit. Mm. Oh man, there's like 5 people in chat and only 5 likes. Your job. Awesome. I love it. I love it. Hit that damn like button. Rub it. Hold it close. Oh, so preparing for the debates tomorrow night. That should be interesting. And we should be having a end stream derailed, whatever it's called, with I think it's going to be over on experts tonight. Mm. No, but I've been up since 4, coughing and sniffling. My nose is all stopped up. What happened? And I got some weird letter from some echo last night. I don't know who the hell it is. I don't mind getting notes from people, but it's weird to me that people, for some reason, believe they have a right to tell me how to run my own stream. It's weird, pretty weird. And I mean, I thought about it, and it just like I read this letter, this email, and I'm like, I'm just a complete idiot. And but if people don't like the stuff that I do, they don't have to be here. I guess they were a little salty over me deposition of the Hales or something. Just like, I know some of the chat is like, yeah, I don't care. Why would I watch anything about that? That's fine. Nobody expects you to. You know that I do other stuff. But this person, I guess they took offense to it. Sorry for your loss. I'm here having fun. I don't know about you, but I'm all about, just having a good damn time. No stress, no drama here. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful. But what we've got, this is a beautiful story right here. Huge payout expected for rare coin bought by an Ohio farm family. Horses or something. And it was hidden for decades. 3 sisters from Ohio knew who had inherited a dime, kept it in a bank vault for more than 40 years, knew it had some value, but they just had no idea how much until a few years ago. The extraordinary rare coin struck by the U.S. Mint in San Francisco in 1975 could bring more than $500,000, said Ian Russell, president of Great Collections, which specializes in currency and is handling an online auction that will end in October. What makes the dime depicting Franklin Delano Roosevelt so fabulous missing S mint mark for San Francisco, one of just 2 without the mark known to exist. The other one sold at a 2019 auction for 456, and then again months later to a private collector. While serious coin collectors have long known about the existence of 2 rare dimes, their whereabouts had remained a mystery since the late 1970s. They were hidden for decades. Most major collectors and dealers have never seen one. Oh. So the Mint in San Francisco made more than 2.8 million special uncirculated proof sets, and 75 that featured 6 coins that were sold for $7. Collectors a few years later discovered that 2 dimes from the set were missing the mint mark. Okay. The sisters in Ohio inherited one of those 2 dimes after a recent death of a brother, and they want to remain anonymous given their sudden windfall. They shared with Russell that their brother and mother in 78 bought their first Error coin discovered for $1,800. Jesus. Their parents who operated the dairy farm saw the coin as a financial safety net. I don't know about that. Now, the coin known as the 75 OS proof dime will be displayed at a coin show beginning Wednesday in Tampa, Florida, before the auction closes in late October. While there's a chance more examples of the rare dime are out there, they would only be found among the 75 proof sets and not in anyone's pocket change. Still, he expects the latest discovery set off a lot of searching. I doubt it. I'm not going to go looking for it. 10 cents. Yeah, that's a pretty good return, I would say. $500,000 for a coin. It's interesting to me. Really interesting to me. But not as interesting as the bull that escaped Illinois. Oh my God. The bull is out. Marengo, Illinois, a bull that escaped from an Illinois farm spent hours on the run before men on horseback. Oh, why did they lasso him in like a Pinto or something? That would have been ironic, you know? Yeah, they'll be taxed 50% when they sell it. No, actually the way that they want to set things up, they want to change our tax system. This is something being pushed by Elizabeth Warren. They want to tax them right now before they sell the coin. See, the way that Elizabeth Warren wants the tax system to be set up is to tax you on unrealized gains. Her and Nancy Pelosi have been pushing for this for quite some time, to tax people on unrealized gains. Yeah. So basically, because even if they haven't sold it, they want to tax them on those unrealized. It's interesting. He didn't build that. Obama probably. Morning, JW. Morning, Debbie. How you doing? Morning, T-Rex. How you doing? Yeah. So that's something that they've been pushing for, is to try to get tax on unrealized gains. You know, and of course, people like Trevor Noah never will understand this because, well, they're idiots. Taxing on realized gains, no, that'll hurt everyone. No, because that means that if you have a house, you know, you purchased a house, or if you own something rare, you purchase stock, and you have the stock increases, then they consider that unrealized gains, and they'll tax you on it. Even if the stock goes to zero, they'll have got their tax on the unrealized gains because you should have sold it whenever they told you to. It's amazing to me. No, that it doesn't work that way. You're sort of shit out of luck. The bull was captured Thursday after the McHenry County Sheriff's Office warned a Facebook post around 4:30 that there's a loose bull in the vegetation. No, he's just running on concrete right now. That post prompted one personally jokingly comment and a note for all you city folks: do not attempt to milk the cow. Said the same thing. Video from WLS TV shows 6 men on horseback chasing the 1,200-pound Black Angus crossbreed through a pasture after it broken free from one lasso around its neck. 3 of the men on horseback then successfully lassoed the bull on the edge of the cornfield just outside of Union. The bull struggled with those lassos before the men calmed it down and led him back to the farm where he escaped hours before. WGN-TV reported the bull was captured around 6:45 p.m. Oh yeah, he had a temper on him, but when you're loose and running wild like that, he's scared too, just like as much as we were. Like, wow, said farmer Ken Ballman, who feared the bull might run into the roadway into a vehicle's path. Oh, good morning, T-Rex. Oh, man. Ken and Beth Ballman were among the neighbor farmers who spent much of Thursday afternoon keeping an eye on the bull. Yet Ballman said the bull's owner told him the animal arrived at the farm just this week, and it may have been why he escaped. Authorities said the bull was doing fine, returned home. Oh, isn't it cool? Happy bull, joyful bull. Nothing can be more joyful. Next. Joy in Mud Bowl. Because I've got some really disturbing stuff to talk about. So I figured I would get you guys on an up note here. Joy in Mud Bowl football tournament celebrates 50 years of messy fun. Conway, New Hampshire. College football players aspire to play a bowls game. Professional players dream of playing in the Super Bowl. Bunch of amateurs in New Hampshire just want to get muddy. On Sunday, a 3-day sloppy, muddy mess wrapped up for the Mud Bowl, which is celebrating its 50th year in football, featuring players trudging through knee-deep mud while trying to reach the end zone. These athletes playing in the mud brings out their inner child. that just looks so horrible. Oh, you play football in the mud, so you got to have a smile on your face, mud in your beard, and this is really weird. There's some weird people out there. Really weird people out there. I mean, yes, if you think that's fun, playing in the mud, enjoyable, I guess. I think they're just there to get all dirty. They just like to get wet and muddy. But yeah, fun stuff. Hey, Shadow Gray Wolf, how you doing? How you doing, Not Sean? Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh man. All right, I guess it's time to get into the darker stuff here. Oh my god. Whenever I saw this, I was like, well, because I did not really look into it too much because what was it last week? I just had read the most disturbing little piece of writing that I had seen in a while, which was from the Nashville Reviewer. Well, it looked like there was another one same day that I read it. So I've sort of been trying to pull back until I could find out more information, like for example, who it was, any of that kind of crap. Well, it gets worse because, well, not only did the 14-year-old that's been accused of it, but it looks like the parent is being arrested on this also. Again, hail from Germany. Welcome. Good to see you. Hello, Catherine Boysen. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Getting coffee. It's a matter of looking at the relationship between what the child says and does and what the parent knows about what the child says and does, said Dave Hero. Colin Gray, 54, has been charged with involuntary manslaughter and second-degree murder related to the deaths of 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School in Winder, outside Atlanta. It's like really far outside of Atlanta, not very nearby. Gray's son, Colt Gray, is charged with the red rum. Investigators said he used a semi-automatic AR-15 style. I mean, either it's an AR-15 or it's not. Because an AR-15 is very specific that it would be an Armalite. But they, the news, they don't know. It says the charges against Colin Gray are directly in connection with the actions of his son, allowing him to possess weapons. And Chris Hosey, director of the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. James and Jennifer Crumbly, yeah, we know about that. The Crumbleys were found guilty for their son. Parents' actions and inactions are inexorably intertwined. What their son ultimately did at Oxford, Michigan. Well, of course, this is the Georgia case. Prosecutor Brad Smith declined to publicly disclose details that led him to charge Colin Gray in the Appalachia shooting, but in arrest warrants, the authorities said he had provided a gun to his son with the knowledge that he was a threat to himself and others. Smith acknowledged the Michigan case during a news conference on Friday and said his case was the first for Georgia. I'm not trying to send a message, he said. I'm just trying to use the tools in my arsenal to prosecute people for crimes they commit. Yeah, this is all a fear tactic. Parents fearing what their children will do. Well, we can't allow you to have a firearm because what your child might do. Really? So if that's the case, then why aren't they charging every single parent whenever a child is driving while intoxicated, or whenever the child is underage driving while intoxicated, or goes a little bit apeshit and starts and snaps on a teacher and starts smacking him around, or how about oh well we don't take responsibility for those actions. It's only the pew-pews, huh? Okay, I see how that goes. Colin Gray was interviewed last year when authorities were investigating his son about a menacing post on social media. Father said the teen knows the seriousness of weapons and what they can do and how to use them and not use them, according to a transcript. Nothing more pursued. Okay. McDonald, prosecutor in Michigan, said the Georgia shooting, his father's arrest, was a real punch in the stomach. Can't believe the facts that stood out so egregious in our case seem to be so similar, he told the Associated Press. Well, there's a few details that so far I'm reading this, and there's details that they're not talking about. Why won't they talk about those details? Well, we'll continue on. McDonald said state laws carry consequences for gross negligence in various situations. He said it's encouraging that police in Georgia immediately investigated how it was obtained. Never felt it was at this moment to open the floodgates. Charges against parents are sending a message to people. Most people don't need to get that message. It's heartbreaking to watch it play out. No, it's heartbreaking that you're going after parents because of children. If there was anything that could have been done, well, much to let it flow. You don't want to be able to allow parents to overlook those kinds of signs that there's something seriously wrong or at risk. Except there were signs something was seriously wrong. What would that be? Could it have been the pro-trans posts that the child was making? The feeling that he was picked on because he was of the homosexual preference? Could it be any of these reasons why this child that was having a mental breakdown and parents are being told that you're supposed to ignore it and give them gender affirming care? So which way do they want to have it? That's my question. Which way do you prefer it to go? Do you prefer that you, whenever you see that your child is struggling and has some issues, like mental issues, but yet if you turn them in for having these mental issues because you want them to get some help, you're considered transphobic? And then they do some crap like this. You realize the child has mental issues, but yet throughout this whole story, they don't talk about that. But I guarantee you, if the father took his son to go it took him to a mental institution because there was something wrong with him mentally, that you would have the left just all uptight over this shit. But nowhere in the news does it talk about this. Yeah. The FBI, they neglected the signs. But they're not there every day. No, this is where it's a little bit frustrating that, this is the way that they're going to go after parents because well, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Your child is exhibiting mental illness and you don't do anything about it. What could this parent have done? I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know all the signs, all the details. Crazy to me that out of all those stories, I mean, I'll show you. Nowhere in here does it talk about it. What we know, he was in algebra class, left the classroom, recorded class, so he was skipping class again, and then he just it says where he went. What we don't know is have not identified a motive for the pew-pewings. Well, it's amazing to me that the interwebs could find this crap out in short order. The interwebs could find this out in short order. I mean, here's mother of the teenager who did this. She phoned the school in an attempt to stop the tragedy after receiving what she interpreted as a warning message from him. Of course, Miss Gray has been arrested for was arrested for fentanyl abuse. She warned a staff member of extreme emergency to tell the school to check on her son. However, Miss Gray was on a 3-hour drive to the school. She found out that 2 students and 2 teachers had been pew-pewed. Miss Gray's suspicions of an impending tragedy, texting by Washington Post as the school and family were in contact about his mental health a week before the shooting. And that Colt's sister, Ann Brown, had told a relative team was having a hard time with homicidal and suicidal thoughts. The teenager was interviewed with the FBI. Sheriff's officer interviewed the 13-year-old and his father, who said there were hunting guns in the house and the teen did not have unsupervised access to them. The team also denied making any online threats. But what were the threats that he made? Yeah. Yeah. Could it be the kid needed mental health consults and not group support? Well, and it is, and trust me, the pew-pewing on Thursday morning was not the state's deadliest. By far. By far, it has not been the deadliest. You haven't been to certain parts of Atlanta where that's nightly occurrence. Police and Mr. Gray gave his sons being charged as an adult an AR. Why do they keep on saying it? Either it is an AR-15 or it's not. He's a former, Mr. Palm is a former Marine, said Colt was driven to violence because of his father. Really? So it had nothing to do with the fact that the reason why this kid was having a hard time at school is because he's trans. And they were poking fun at him. Because from what I'm seeing, a recent police interview, Colt's Gray father and I'm not showing this as of the link that's there. His father disclosed harrowing details about his son's experience of relentless bullying at school. According to the elder Gray, the 14-year-old pewer was regularly ridiculed and taunted with homophobic slurs before the tragic shooting at Appalachian High School. The video uncovers the shocking comments and the bullying that allegedly contributed to Colt's devastating actions. Yeah, it's what they're not telling you, that this child had mental issues. He was being bullied at school, and nobody did anything to stop it. That's pretty damn sad. But yet now a father, because, well, if he would have done anything about it and got him the mental help that he needed, would have been lambasted. And that's not the only pew-pewing we have. We have this one here, Interstate. Interstate 75. 5 were wounded in searchers comb Kentucky hill country for a suspect. Oh boy. Authorities searched a rugged, hilly area of southeastern Kentucky on Sunday for a man suspected of pew-pewing 12 vehicles and wounding 5 people on a busy interstate. Joseph A. Couch, 32, was named a suspect in Saturday's pew-pewings on Interstate 75 after authorities said they recovered his SUV on a service road near the crime scene. They later found a automatic weapon. Well, why didn't they just say AR-15 style nearby that they believed was used in the pew-pewing? Spokesperson for Laurel County Sheriff's Office, the search was focused on a remote area of London, a community of about 8,000 people, some 75 miles south of Lexington. Where is he? That's the big question right now. Still in there. We still feel like he's in there, or we obviously wouldn't be searching wholeheartedly like we are. The search was temporarily suspended after nightfall Sunday evening, but was set to resume on Monday morning. Had no luck so far, no traces so far, no information or evidence that's at the scene to indicate that he's there. We believe he's in there. State Police Master Trooper Scotty Pennington, spokesperson for London State Police Post, said additional troopers are being brought in from around the state to bolster the manhunt. In an evening press conference, authorities sought to reassure residents that they believe the suspect will be found. Doing everything we can do, just be confident. Couch most recently lived in Woodbine, a small community. And south of the scene, Arcadio, I'm not going to try to say his name, said authorities found his abandoned vehicle Saturday. Oh, there it is. And then the AR-15 rifle. So it is an AR-15, not even an AR-15 style, an AR rifle. Hey, how you doing? Good to see you, Mickey. A phone believed to be Couch's was found by law enforcement, but the battery had been taken out. Authorities said Couch purchased the rifle about 1,000 rounds of ammunition. That's a small amount. Couch has military background, having served in the National Guard for at least 4 years. Okay. Doesn't mean a whole lot. Couch was initially considered a person of interest in the case until he was upgraded to a suspect on Sunday. Authorities believe there was only one shooting. Audio said the shooting appeared to involve some planning, but seemed to be a random act of violence, which no particular person was targeted. Didn't speculate as to a possible motive. Okay. People did not realize the cars had been hit by bullets till they arrived home. Said the gunman fired a total of 20 to 30 rounds. Well, moving targets. Some had very serious injury, including one person in the face. Ouch. Residents of Laurel County were on edge as they searched with a drone, helicopter, and on foot in a remote, sparsely populated wooded area near the highway. Okay. There's lots of speculation. We're listening to the police scanners all night. They heard sirens and saw the helicopter overhead. But it seems that they're looking for this guy. He could be hiding behind a tree and us walk right up on him. Yeah, that happens. I wish I had the money needed to study the rise in violence, homelessness, gender issues, self-aliving, unaliving drug overdoses, and relation to state mental hospital closures since the early 90s. No, don't know. Like the problem is with all of it is you don't know what the outcome is going to be. And the hospital closures that they had, the amount of abuse that was going on in those hospitals would make you. It was so horribly bad. Because what are they going to say? They're crazy until they would get filmed. Then they're just like, oh, I guess it's not so crazy. And some other bad news. Waffle House CEO Walt Ehmer has died at age 58. Ready to hear that. Walt Ehmer, the president and CEO of Waffle House and member of the board of trustees for the Atlanta Police Foundation, has died at 58. The foundation announced Sunday. Ehmer joined Waffle House in 92 and quickly rose to senior leadership, becoming president of the company in 2002. Later, added the titles of CEO and chairman, according to the information from Georgia Tech University alma mater. I actually met him. His leadership, dedication, and warmth touched lives of many, both with the Waffle House family and beyond. He leaves behind a remarkable legacy. Board of directors for Waffle House issued a statement Sunday afternoon saying Ehmer died after he will be greatly missed by his entire Waffle House family. Ehmer was chair of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association Board of Trustees from 2012 to 13. He served numerous organizations, and yeah, he's passed on. Unfortunate for him. Oh my! Daniel Boone National Forest is in that area. Right, that's right. There's a lot of area, a lot to cover in the Kentucky situation. It's crazy. Driven that section I-75 many times. It's very remote and heavily wooded in that. Yeah, I know. I've been in that area also. I used to go take 75 up to go visit family. I know the area. It's crazy to me that there's people out there that just would do all kinds of harm to others. Well, and of course it's about that time we've got to talk a little bit about politics here. I need to get some more coffee, blow my nose. Man, that's what I need to do. Second, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a coffee music here. Wow, I did start pretty early. I'm only halfway there. It's gonna be an interesting morning. Very interesting, especially because I've been up since 4 o'clock. To me, it seems like I've been here for hours. All right, let me go grab some more coffee. I'll be right back.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, oh man, Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Whoa, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand, Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand, Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is that is too dirty to say here, Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Otters in the surf, hummingbirds in the sky. Rambo honks the horn and spits in Shizzy's eye. Oh my! Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the way. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand otter, it probably wasn't nice. Rambo takes a turn, driving to the waves. Otters wave their paws, telling Rambo, not sure, but if you could understand otter, it probably wasn't nice. Oh, Rambo's rolling, rolling, rolling. As the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an epic blast. So here.
Oh my. Yeah. So. Crazy, crazy, crazy. My wife is just as sick as I am. She goes, I don't know how I ended up getting this. And she goes, I haven't done anything. And I explained to her the amount of work that we did on our porch. Probably got a lot of that insulation in my nostrils and got sick from that. And it got strep throat, and I think that's what I gave her. Good stuff. Nothing you could do about it. It just you just get it gone. We had family involved with the closure started. We only got a call that they were released, and hear that. Hear that. Oh man. Trump threatens jail to adversaries in escalating rhetoric ahead of pivotal debate. What exactly adversaries? Did he really threaten jail to adversaries? No, he didn't. That is the lie you're being told, but it's the lie you need to believe, because we're getting ready to have the debates. Oh my God, it's going to be a pivotal debate. How pivotal it'll be, but it'll be pivotable. Pivot. With just days to go before his first and likely only debate with Camel Toe, former President Trump posted a warning on his social media site, threatening to those jail those involved in unscrupulous behavior. What? Well, that doesn't sound to me like adversaries. That sounds to me like people that are doing things illegal to have them jailed. Maybe he said it in his post. Maybe he said he was going to jail his adversaries. So what did he say? When I win, those people that cheated will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. Okay? Nothing there is bad, which will include long-term prison sentences to those, so that this depravity of justice does not happen again. Wow. I don't see anything that's adversaries there. Maybe he said more in this again. No, that's pretty much it. He said those that are cheating in a general election would have those jails to the fullest extent of the law. Wow. So does that make you an adversary if you disagree with him that no, these people should go free? I mean, if you're breaking the law, you should be, tried, convicted. If you can't be convicted, then nothing happens. But that's not uncommon. Oh, and of course, it's always a threat to the left. Trump's message represents his latest threat to use the office of presidency to exact retribution if he wins the second term. But there's no evidence of that kind of fraud. He continues to insist marred the 2020 election. But That's the thing. It's never been tried in a case. They haven't tried any of it. The left, oh, absolutely. No, and they wanted it going into 2024 election. See, they're doing exactly what they're saying, accusing him that he's going to do. Good morning, Rich. How you doing? Just days ago, Trump himself acknowledged in a podcast interview that he had indeed lost by a whisker. Eh? So there you go. Lost by a whisker. He admitted it. Oh my God. While Trump campaign aides and allies have urged him to keep his focus on Harris and make the election a referendum on issues like inflation, border security, Trump in recent days has veered far off course. No, you're just saying this because AP is a bunch of shills for Harris. Which I'll prove that here shortly. While Trump's campaign aides and allies have, on Friday, he delivered a stunning statement to news cameras in which he brought up a string of past allegations of sexual misconduct, describing several in graphic detail, even as he denied his accusers' allegations. Earlier, he had voluntarily appeared in court for a hearing on the appeal decision that found him liable for SA, turning focus on his legal woes in the campaign's final stretch. Do you know what they considered this essay to be? Because they didn't find him guilty of graping. What they found him guilty of is saying inappropriate things. No joke. Well, just because he's an asshole. Oh, well, I don't like him. That's how they came after. Earlier Saturday, Trump had leaned into familiar grievances about everything from his indictments to Russian meddling. What else is he supposed to talk about? How crappy that the justice system has been constantly going at him? Good morning. I doubt that. Has anyone seen the Reagan movie yet? It's crazy. There's no evidence that President Joe Biden or Harris had any influence over decisions by the Justice Department or state prosecutors to indict the former president. Oh, really? Really? Although that they've been saying that that's what they intended on doing well into this. That's something that Camel Toe had been pushing for well before then. They're trying to throw him in jail for the crime of exposing their corruption. That is true. Trump claimed an outdoor rally at Central Wisconsin Airport when he spoke behind the wall of bulletproof glass due to a new security protocols following his July assassination attempt. Oh, yeah, they sort of forgot about that. Mm-hmm. Trump has eschewed traditional debate preparation, choosing to hold rallies and events while Harris has been cloistered in a historic hotel in downtown Pittsburgh working with aides since Thursday. Well, we know what she does with aides. I'm serious. they don't like working for her. She tends to fire them. But Miss Vice President, we're just trying to help you out. I don't like you. You're fired. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Why did Fanny and her boy toy have meetings at the White House? Exactly. No, nothing nefarious going on there. And another one was what was it? Jack something or other, Jack Smith or whatever his name is. It's amazing to me that they have been on the constant attack, and it goes to show whenever they have to say, "Look, he's a convict now. He's been charged." Mm-hmm. How fast do you think that shit gets thrown out on appeal? I heard a lot of podcasts about it yesterday, so it's out. I don't know what that means. Didn't know it was finally out. Oh, the Reagan movie? Oh, okay, the Reagan movie. Sorry, gotcha. That makes sense. I'm sure they're getting fanny merch ideas from Cornell. Oh, I thought you said Cornell West. Camel Toes. Yeah, got it. Camel Toes candle makers. Oh, that's so disgusting. Smells like curry and week old sweat. Chris has agreed so far to a single debate, which will be hosted by ABC. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he also said that there was 4 other debates besides this one set up. I think that Camel Toe has only agreed to do one debate because if she acts the way that she has during every other debate, gonna get her ass handed to her. Trust me on that. At the rally, Trump outlined his plans to drain the swamp, a throwback to his 2016 campaign message as he ran as an outsider challenging the status quo. So Trump spent 4 years in the Oval Office. Yeah. Doing what? Dealing with the swamp. The swamp doesn't like it whenever you start throwing its creatures out. They really like being in there. Though Trump spent 4 years in the Oval Office, he vowed anew to cast out the corrupt political class if he wins again and cut fat out of our government for the first time meaningfully in 60 years. Wow. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. As part of the effort, he repeated his plan and announced Thursday to create a new government efficiency commission. I wouldn't create any. Oh, but it's headed by Elon Musk. That will be charged with conducting a complete financial performance audit of the entire federal government to root out the waste. Oh, man. Could you imagine? It's like this. Didn't I could be wrong, but didn't Elon walk into Twitter whenever he bought it, fired 90% of their staff? Like, boom, you're done. Explain your job to me. And then they were gone. Now we're not talking, every single low level person. He wanted to know what they were doing. Because sometimes the guys that aren't getting all the kudos, they're not the department head, but they're the ones that knows the system. How things run. They're the ones that keep it running. And they have 5 managers over them. This manager manages that manager, manages that manager, manages that manager. Is the one that reports to the CEO. He just cut out the middleman. That's what it sounds like to me. After again maligning the congressional committee that investigated January 6th. Okay. Now, you notice how they have to change the words in this because they've been saying it was a January 6th insurrection. Yet nobody's been convicted of insurrection. Weird how that happens, isn't it? Apparently, you fell asleep on Discord and were snoring last night. Can't wait to hear the jokes about that today. Could be good. What would you say you do? You do here? Well, Bob. Sorry. Trump told the crowd of thousands he would rapidly review the cases of every political prisoner unjustly victimized by the Harris regime and sign their pardons on his first day back in office. Well, he actually said more than that. He said he would review each one of them. If they did attack somebody, assault, then yeah, every single one of them that they have proof that this happened. We're not just talking about witness statement, like, dude, here's a video of you hitting me with a beer bottle kind of thing. Then yeah. How many years would you get for that? 3, 2, probation? Probably a lot of these guys that are sitting there waiting served. Trump has repeatedly defended those who have been sent to jail for crimes, including, well, he is not. That is a bold-faced lie. He said what he would do is completely overhaul what he labeled Camel Toe's corrupt Department of Injustice. Yeah, it is. Instead of persecuting Republicans, they will focus on taking down bloodthirsty cartels, transnational gangs, and radical Islamic terrorists. Interesting, huh? Like doing your job. Harris campaign spokesperson Serafina Chickadakada. Sounds like a drumbeat. Responded to his comments with a statement warning, if Trump is reelected, he will use his unchecked power to prosecute his enemies and pardon insurrectionists who violently attacked our Capitol on January 6th. Name one. Name one insurrectionist. Who's been charged? Who's been charged and convicted of insurrection? Name one there, Chickatacarda, whatever your name is. Not a lot to go on there. Not a lot to go on there. Both Harris and Trump have been frequent visitors to Wisconsin this year, a state where 4 of the past 6 presidential elections have been decided by less than a percentage point. Several polls, which we don't care. We don't pay attention to polls here. If you're paying attention to polls, well, you need to hire a new stripper. Yeah. Democrats consider Wisconsin to be one of the must-win blue wall states. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because Biden won the state by just under 2,100 votes. Weird, huh? Really weird. It's like they knew how many dead people's names to put in the pot. Harris said she was honored to have endorsements from Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney. Ooh. But meanwhile, Trump got the endorsement from all of Walz's family. I wonder why. Got all of that love from Walz's family. It's odd to me that Walz's entire family would be supporting Trump and looking at Walz going, this dude's a freaking crackpot. I don't know how you managed to, scrape this off the bottom of your shoe and put life back into it. Whatever. Exactly. Might just be a stripper. It is crazy to me. Elon just posted like 9 hours ago. I keep forgetting that Biden is still technically in charge of the country. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh my God. Trump held his rally in central Wisconsin. Trump also blah blah. So as they go down through this long-winded story that they could have summed up in a shorter story. The left has spent 20 years calling Dick Cheney a war criminal, and now they're honored to have his support. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? That is pretty much right on the money. Because, well, that's how it is. Oh. Oh my God. Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of I'm sorry. I've been up since so damn early this morning. I've been up since 4 o'clock. Just so you guys know. As you can tell by the voice sounding completely different, I'm all sniffling and everything. Yeah, I was sort of okay yesterday. I was feeling a little bit sore around the throat, but I just figured it was from inhaling all the attic dust and crap like that. But it's turned into strep throat. So it's beautiful. Good morning, Indigo. How you doing? Beat Indigo Luna. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing to me that they've gone after him so insane. And of course, it's all about the debate this week, because that's good. Everybody's going to be reeling from this little debate. The Pennsylvania's key is Harris and Trump prep for Philly showdown. Harrisburg, when Donald Trump and Camel Toe meet on stage Tuesday in Philadelphia, they both know there's little debate that Pennsylvania is critical to their chances of winning the presidency. The most populous presidential swing state has sided with the winner of the past two elections, each time just by tens of thousands of votes. Polling this year suggests Pennsylvania will be close once more in November. The loss in the state will make it difficult to make up the electoral votes elsewhere to win the presidency. Trump and Harris have been frequent visitors in recent days. Harris plans to return on Friday, just like never mind. And former president was speaking in Butler County on July 14th when he was the target of an assassination attempt. Oh, yeah, I guess we have to throw that in. It's the stakes may be especially high for Harris. No Democrat has won the White House without Pennsylvania since 1948. Pennsylvanians broke a string of 6 Democrat victories in the state when they helped propel Trump to victory. 16 then backed native son Joe Biden in the 2020 race against Trump. They say that if you win Pennsylvania, you're going to win the whole thing, Trump told a crowd in Wilkes-Barre, Mohegan area August. Republicans are looking to blunt Trump's unpopularity in Pennsylvania, growing in increasingly liberal suburbs, by criticizing the Biden administration's handling of the economy. No, not that. Throat issues. Better take a pregnancy test. Thank you, Ressa. I appreciate you. Thanks. I love it. I guarantee you, I'm not. I guarantee you, I've never done that. Couldn't be. Oh my gosh, Harris is looking to resemble. Oh, resemble something. Oh, thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. The coalition behind Biden's winning campaign, including college students, black voters, and women, animated by protecting the right to kill children. What? Why would they be doing that? Why do black voters and women want to kill children? Makes no sense. What? Harris, why would Harris be promoting this? Why is it that you got college students, black voters, and women, they want to kill children? I'm sorry. Maybe I misunderstood this. The twins in Shissy's future. Oh, you have no idea how many twins I'll have. We'll have a baby shower for you and a throat blessing you. God, sick people, you. The debate is set for National Constitution Center in Philadelphia. The city is a Democrat stronghold where Trump's 2020 notoriously said bad things happen. One of his baseless broadsides suggesting that Democrats could win Pennsylvania by cheating. Yeah, it's pretty true. If you think they would learn that that's what Planned Parenthood was created to do. Yeah. I mean, but that's the problem. Left thinks that they're saving the planet by, doing weird and nefarious things. Well, Biden flipped Pennsylvania in 2020 Well, it's not hard to do whenever you get dead voters. By running up a bigger margins in the heavily populated suburbs around Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. He also got a boost in northern Pennsylvania and the counties around Scranton, where he grew up. Yeah. Hey, Captain Kern, how you doing? Good morning. Ed Rendell, a former two-term Democrat governor who was hugely popular in Philadelphia and its suburbs, says Harris could do better than Biden in the burbs. Whenever people are going, how much does it cost to fill up my tank, my car? Yeah. How much is food going to cost me? In the ever-loving Christ is that? Second. I've got to kill him. Just a second. I'll be right back.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, old man Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and C. Oh, Rambo's rolling, Has the sun, he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast.
That was a big ass bug. Probably stirring him up doing all the work. God. Yeah. It was a busy week this week. I think I'll show you guys some pictures if you want. This is pretty cool. Second. Yeah. I'll show you. This is what I was working. Let's see. Oh, damn it. Why is it not allowing it? What? Try this. There we go. Open link. No. Link. Yeah. This is what I was working on. It was an absolute wow. That's big and really big. Wow. Let's see. That one's big and two. Make this one smaller. That one's smaller. That looks a little better. This is what I was working on. There we go. So this is the finished product, but this is where it started. Yeah, opening up the entire front porch and installing the lights and getting all the shiplap done. Yeah, that was my weekend. If you're ever wondering what I do on weekends, yeah, this is it right here. Going from that to that in like just a couple of. That was fun. So, yeah. My day was really busy. Yeah, I think that's what got me sick. I think that's absolutely what got me sick. Oh my God, it is crazy to me that I have yeah, lots of craziness happening. All right, let's go back to the story. I know you guys. So the debate is set for the center. Bad things happen. Biden flipped Pennsylvania. Ed Rendell, Democrat governor, who was hugely popular in Philadelphia suburbs, says Harris can do better than Biden in the burb. There's plenty of votes to get. Democrat can get a greater margin in those counties where they have deceased people. Republicans can because they don't try for it. Lawrence Tabbas, chair of the Pennsylvania's Republican Party, said Trump can make gains there too. The GOP's polling and outreach shows the effect of inflation on the economy is a priority for those suburbanites. The issue works in the party's favor. A lot of people are really starting to say, look, personalities aside, what They are what they are, but we really do need an American economy to become strong again. Randall dismisses that claim. We don't want a strong economy. Because, come on, it's like you're saying their clinics are only, in poor minority areas. Weird how that works, isn't it? And he says, Rendell dismisses the claim. He says, no, we don't want a strong economy. He said that Trump is veering off script. He's saying bizarre things that would ensure he gets a smaller share of independents and Republicans suburbs than he did in 2020. And see, there's where talking points are. And AP brings it up. It's gotten so weird that he'll lose a lot of votes. Weird? I mean, weird to me would be that another child goes on a pew pew spree and turns out they were trans. You would think that like mental issues would be, weird, and that the father, if he would have turned in the child in the first place because he knew there was something mentally wrong with him, that they would have lambasted him for that. Weird, huh? Yeah, that's weird to me. Harris is championing various steps to fight inflation. None that she plans on doing until after you vote her in, because doing it now would mean that it shows that they really can't do anything. Including capping the cost of prescription drugs, helping families afford childcare, lowering the cost of groceries, and offering incentives to encourage home ownership, except doing this for the past 3.5 years. The encouragement that they want to do for home ownership is they want to make sure that they bring back the subprime loan. We saw how that worked in the prior administrations. Yeah, that's what caused the whole market to crash in 2008. A lot of people lost their jobs and lost their asses in the process of doing the same thing that they want to bring back again. I mean, for them, having a never-ending war in some foreign country and then sending money to fight a proxy war in another country sounds like a good proposition of just keeping money flowing in and out, just sort of like, camel toe on her hands and knees. Meanwhile, Democrats are hoping the enthusiasm since Biden withdrew from the race, unlike Harris, doesn't ever let anything get withdrawn. Harris stepped in and will carry through Election Day in November. For one, they hope she will do better with women. Well, they hope, but women don't like her either. Black voters, no, they're not liking her either because she's not black. She's Indian. Big difference. I mean, half black. That's only one half. I think we're the favorite now, Rendell said. Yeah, I don't see that happening. The debate takes place before the voting starts in Pennsylvania and everywhere else. Well, unless you're, mail-in ballot voter, then, that's already started a while back. And don't know about this National Associated Press Nork Center for Public Affairs Research Survey. Oh, yeah. I trust the AP surveys. There's some optimism among Pennsylvania Democrats and even Republican-leaning counties, including a number of whiter, less affluent counties in Pittsburgh. Once voted for Democrats consistently in Washington County, just outside Pittsburgh, in the heart of the state's natural gas producing region. Larry Magai, a Democrat county commissioner, thinks she will outrun Biden there. Really? But they don't want to. Biden's not running. Weird. Well, what Biden previously did. Maggie has seen more lawn signs for Harris than he ever saw for Biden, as well as more volunteers, many of whom are young women concerned about protecting the deletion of children. I've been doing this for 25 years and I've seen people I've never seen. Well, of course, you can't see people you've never seen. I mean, right? She's seen people she's never seen. Well, So you're seeing people for the first time. I'm confused. Especially, if do you see dead people too? Because I'm a little worried about it. Democrats also hope there's a growing number of voters like Ray Robbins, a retired FBI agent, registered independent who regrets voting for Trump in 2016. Well, Ray's a shell. Rob did so, he said, because he thought a business person could break professional deadlock. It's not how it works. Then you never took civics as an FBI agent. I would imagine you never took civics. Well, and of course, Robin says he's a liar. I think he's totally devoid of any morals whatsoever. And you quote me, I think he's a despicable human being, even though I voted for him. Well, but Republicans have reason to be optimistic too. In the nation's number 2 gas producing state, even Democrats, Harris's prior support for fracking ban in her run-up for 2020 nomination, could prove very costly in this campaign. Well, it's more than just that. She's all about fracking. She's ruined the gas prices. She's ruined the economy. Tank that all to hell. She wants to blame everything else on prior administrations, although she is the prior administration if she gets voted in. So she called Joe Biden a racist, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it goes on and on, the list of like complete failures that she's had as a human being. And just, that just goes to show that she's a diversity hire. And what do you expect it to? They have no agency, so they have to create some sort of drama. Speaking of drama, I've got some really interesting drama for you guys today. Oh yeah, you just have to stick around because somebody's got some issues with me. Shit. Good morning, Shizzy. If they tax you, they can turn around and tax you again. Of course, that's the beauty of getting taxed. Meanwhile, the Democratic advantage of the state's voters' registration rolls has steadily shrunk since 2008 from 1.2 million to about 35,000. Republicans credit their outreach to younger voters as well as Black, Asian, and Hispanic voters. No, here's the thing, where everybody wants to talk about all the Black, Asian, white women, males, females. The Republicans so far, from what I've been seeing, they've just been running their campaign for all Americans. Whereas it seems to me that the Harris campaign, they've been running it for whoever happens to be their listening audience at the moment. And it's clear because Donald Trump doesn't change his inflection or his tone or attitude. He's Donald Trump. He knows who he is, and like him, love him, hate him, doesn't matter. He's not going to change. He's going to be Donald Trump. Always and forever. Donald Trump. He doesn't show up to someplace and have to cater to a certain crowd by changing what his inflection is, but by changing his voice. That's not how he operates. And I think that really is, it can be unsettling to people because just don't find it meaningful or true. That's what I get from Harris, that she caters to whatever audience that she's doing, almost like an actress. Republicans credit their outreach to younger voters as well as Black, Asian, Hispanic voters. A lot of them tell us it's the economy, bitches, Tab has said. And in Philadelphia, it's also the crime and safety in the neighborhoods and communities. Those gains have yet to translate into GOP wins as Democrats have beaten Republicans by more than 2-1 in statewide contests last decade. Which isn't very long if you think about it, because it was 8 years ago that Donald Trump was in the office. Daniel Hopkins, a political science professor at the University of Pennsylvania, chalks up to the Heron registration gap in part to Reagan Democrats who have long voted for Republicans but didn't change their registration right away. Reagan Democrats? Never heard of Reagan Democrats. We know that Reagan was a Democrat before parties, but Mitko 74 voted for Trump in 2016 and Biden in 2020. Oh, it's another one of those white bitches for Trump or some crap like that. Harris's late entry into the race could mean that many voters are still learning about her. No, they already know what kind of person she is. She's been the vice president. They don't know that she's been the vice president and her administration has caused this shitstorm that we're in. Well, her debate isn't going to help because she's been I wonder if she has the same debate prep as Joe Biden had, because that was a pretty shitty debate. And of course, got this one here. What the Trump-Clinton debate might tell us about Tuesday's match with Harris. Well, they're different people entirely. That's what it'll tell you. Of course, the New York, he claimed he would raise taxes. She would raise taxes and accused her of supporting open border policies that would allow an influx of unvetted illegals into the country. Yeah, because it worked. And it's the same thing, just another year. Trump started out on good behavior during the first presidential debate. It's amazing. Yeah, that was why I put down for my stream for the debate on Tuesday is presidential debate Bart Dose. You know why? Because they couldn't get the first one to win, so they're hoping that maybe they can get a woman in there to do a better job. I don't know. I'm guessing. Well, maybe she can do a better job of explaining it than Biden can. I don't know. I'm curious. It was Clinton who took the first digs at the night when she criticized the then reality TV star real estate developer for trumped up trickle down. What did she do with her? What is she trickling on about? In the audience, she said, was a worker who accused Trump of stiffing him on bills. As the debate wore on, Trump became more combative as he pressed Clinton on why she hadn't done the things she was proposing as a candidate for president during her decades of public life. Typical politician, all talk, no action sound good, doesn't it? Never going to happen, he said. And of course, Clinton's strategy was laugh it off. Well, that was exactly what she did. And this is why for this next debate, you haven't seen the rules. Haven't seen the rules for this debate coming up tomorrow. Oh my gosh. That is going to be freaking hilarious right there. There's a reason why they're having this kind of debate. I'll explain to you let me see if I can pull that up, because I've got the upcoming, and I put it in the little shout out here. So ABC is going to be has unveiled the rules for the upcoming Camel Toe and Donald Trump debate. Scheduled for Tuesday, September 10th, 9:00 p.m. The debate will be broadcast live on ABC and streamed on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu. It'll also be available for simulcast. The event will take place at the National Constitution Center. Why? Moderators for this debate will be World News Tonight anchor David Moore. Moore? I don't know. Idiot. I'll just say Idiot 1. And ABC News Live prime actor Lindsay Davis. I don't know him either. Vice President Camel Toe and former President DTJ will be... JT will have met the qualifications to participate and agreed to the following debate rules. Well, here's the debate rules. Debate will last 90 minutes with 2 commercial breaks. Gotta pay the bills. Only David Moore and Lindsay will be able to ask questions. Sure. Virtual coin flip on September 3rd determined podium placement and closing statement. Order. Trump won the coin toss. Something like that. Choosing to deliver the final closing statement, while Harris selected the right podium, stage left, far left. Candidates will be introduced by the moderators and enter the opposite sides of the stage with the incumbent party introduced first. There will be no opening statements. Each candidate will have 2 minutes for closing statements. Both candidates will stand behind podiums throughout the debate. One may kneel. No props or pre-written notes are allowed on stage that you know of. Topics or questions will not be shared with the campaign ahead of time. Each candidate will have a pen, a pad of paper, a bottle of water, spare condoms, and a bulletproof vest. Candidates will have 2 minutes to answer questions, 2 minutes for rebuttals, an additional minute for follow-up or clarification, or just make crap up. Microphones will be live only when the candidate's turn to speak, and that worked out really good for them last time. Candidates will not be allowed to ask questions of each other, because if we have to make an idiot sound smart. Campaign staff may not interact with the candidates during commercial breaks, because you don't want to give away anything. Moderators will enforce timing rules and promote a respectful discussion. Yeah, you have to have respect for this to work. Yeah. What do they consider a respectful discussion? Well, if you're not allowed to ask questions, then there is no discussion. It's just a debate. And there will be no live audience, just like some of the voters. Nothing new here. That's what I put up there. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow. And I think I got the stream set up at 7:30. That may change. It's going to be a total mess. Yeah, and yeah, I'm going to be laughing for at least at least 2.5, maybe 3 hours. Because they're not going to have a live audience, but they're going to do this live. Or is it going to be pre-recorded? It's sort of like Camel Toast's last interview with ABC. Wasn't it her that was it ABC who she was on, NBC or CNN? I don't know. They all look the same to me. ABC, CNN. I mean, it's like one big echo chamber. Don't know what is going on with these people, but it doesn't sound good. Does not sound good at all. Oh my God. What is this? Oh, no, not this. Oh boy. Sorry, I just read something that was ridiculous. Oh, here we go. Harris's past debates. Sorry, I thought she was a master of baiting. A prosecutor's style with narrative flair, but risks in a matchup with Trump. Why? Because she's horrible. She's, well, okay. This is from Atlanta's AP. Oh, Bill Barrow. He's always been very critical of Trump. I've read a couple of his things, and the amount of facts this guy does not have is it would break your mind. Oh my God. Expect Wall Street. They need mods like you. Oh yeah. Freaking box having a face is no good if the head's empty. Yeah. Unqualified people not being charged of department's health or wealth related, ticking boxes, having a face. No good. Yeah, that's absolutely true. From her earliest campaigns in California, well, to her serving as president, Joe Biden's running mate. Camel Toe has honed an aggressive, calibrated approach to debates, like master debates. She tried to blend punchlines with detail that build towards a broader narrative, like not broads. She might shake her head to signal her disapproval while her opponent is speaking. Oh, counting on viewers to see her reaction on a split screen as she has to go tactic to pivot debates back in her favor, saying she's glad to answer a question as she gathers her thoughts to explain an evolving position or defend a past one. Yeah, see, this guy is hoping for the best. This is no different than the little TikTok, star that was out there. talking about how Biden was just going to totally trounce Trump because Trump just couldn't handle going head to head against Biden. People who have competed against Harris and prepared her rivals say she brings a series of advantages to the matchup, even as they warn that Trump can be challenging and unpredictable opponent who veers between policy critiques, personal attacks, and falsehoods or conspiracy theories. Well, is it really a conspiracy theory if it's true? That's that. I guess that's the question. It is interesting that whenever, and we'll pull up their fact check because AP, you can tell, gets really, really into this. She can meet the moment, said Mark Short, who led Mike Pence's debate preparation against Harris in the fall of 2020. She sucked. Yeah, I mean, she sucked balls in that. That was a horrible debate. I mean, it was just like all of the bullshit that she said was just that, and it was proven to be bullshit. Balancing narrative and detail, the former Harris aide who spoke on condition of anonymity to talk about her approach said the VP views the events like the jury trial or querying a judicial nominee on Capitol Hill when she was a senator. Oh, I hope she tries the same shit she tried as a senator on Capitol, because she is long-winded and full of shit. It is just like a goddamn cow farm. Speaking of cows, there was a bull running free in Illinois. Julian Castro, a Democrat who ran for president against Harris in the 2020 primary. Never heard of him. Didn't he get his ass handed to him like definitely multiple times? Like, because he was one of those people that were just like, yeah, that too. Like, everybody had their talking points, and he just was that guy that came behind and said, yeah, I agree. Oh, knowledge, poise, the ability to explain things well, to stand out during the crowded primary debates. Some candidates got caught up with trying to be catchy, trying to go viral. Oh, see, he's talking about Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard wasn't trying to be catchy or go viral. She was pointing out your bullshit. She was pointing out Camel Toe's bullshit, pointing out Biden's bullshit. And that's what got her like removed. She's still on the watch list, the FBI's watch list, Justice Department, something. Yeah, that shows you how they feel about ex-Democrats. Balancing narrative and detail is a former Harris aide who spoke on condition of anonymity. Talk about her approach. Yeah, she sucks. She understands the debates are about the individual interactions themselves, but also a larger strategy of offering vision for what your leadership and style looks like. If you're wondering what her leadership and style looks like, it is what you've been seeing for the past 3.5 years. She was in charge of the border. She screwed that up. She was in charge of housing. She screwed that up. In charge of, women's rights. Well, she screwed that up definitely with just the Olympics. Was perfect for that. The verbal crap that comes out of camel toes frequently has quite lucrative for her, not for the greater good. I don't know if it's even greater for her or anybody. I mean, it's just, that's all it is. It's just complete rambling of bullshit. And of course, she says she weaved her critique of Biden's record with her own biography as a young biracial student, the early era of school integration. But she grew up in Canada. That's why I'm like, what is she talking about? I doubt she remembers the first day of school that she went to. But she grew up in Canada, so what is she talking about? I don't know. Well, that little girl was her, Harris said in a widely circulated quip that punctuated her story about court ordering buses that help non-white students attend integrated schools. Huh? She's not that old. I mean, she's my older sister's age. My older sister was, was poor at the time. Like my family was really poor at that time. Is that she? Let's see, she would have been the second child out of. Let's see, the first one was out of wedlock, and then there was my sister, and then that divorce was horrible and wretched. So yeah, my mother was broke at that point. So she probably lived in a pretty crappy part of town, and probably had to be bussed into a different school. I know I had to be bussed in whenever I lived in the country. Weird how that works. Most people who are good at deductive argument aren't good at wrapping that with an effective narrative. She's good at both. Yeah, she's landing memorable punches. Castro said Harris has a good feel for when to strike. A quality that's why she. Oh my god. That's why she dropped out of the debate before it even got started, because she couldn't hang. She was one of the first candidates to leave the campaign trail. Just completely dropped out. She had less than 0.02% of people wanted her. Like I said, diversity higher. Hey, you guys, you know what? America does not want to witness a food fight. They want to know how we're going to put food on their table, he said, taking control of the conversation and drawing applause. Sweetheart, you've had 4 years to get food on the table. You still have been yet to bring home the bacon, except for the junk that's in your trunk. When Harris faced Pence in 2020, it was mostly civil, substantive debate, but she got in digs that framed Pence as a serial interrupter, as Trump had been in his first debate with Biden. What? But that was 2020. Something different now. You have a midget, Fred. She's epileptic, makes pizza for her. I call her little seizures. Hell. Well, she said, Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking, she said at one point with a stern look at another. If you don't mind letting me finish, we can have a conversation. Well, here's the problem, is that won't work on this debate stage. Okay? Because she'll be muted. The mic will be muted. She can't really interrupt if the mic is muted, now, can she? It'll be difficult for her. Finding traps in policy. Well, there's quite a bit. Like it's like a claptrap. Just won't fucking go away. In 2020 primary matches, Tulsi Gabbard, who this year has endorsed Trump, lets Harris over how aggressively she prosecuted nonviolent drug offenders as a district attorneys. Yes, she did. Well, and here's the thing. Now, because I kept hearing, because I listen to music whenever I'm working, and I kept hearing these advertisements on Camel Toe, like constantly. It was like one every freaking seemed like 15 minutes. I know it was less than that, but it seemed like. And one of the things that they're promoting is she won $20 million, some crap like that, for affected homeowners. And I'm sitting, what in the hell are they talking about? I haven't heard of any big law, case that she won. No. I figured out what it is. So her and all of the Democrat cronies and a lot of Republicans got all upset because it wasn't equitable to people. So they issued orders to banks to be issuing subprime loans, because that would make things equitable. Okay. And whenever those policies failed, then they went after the banks and sued them and got the money back. But then, of course, they turned around and bailed all those banks out. So the banks never lost any money. The only people that lost money were the taxpayers that funded the suit and funded all of the delinquent foreclosures and neighborhoods turning into crap. And it was the taxpayers that paid for all of that. So she really didn't win anything for you, or she made a lot of money for the big banks. Good for her. I mean, whenever you have to think, whenever she's talking about, the how evil and corrupt the billionaires are, it's hard for her to say billionaires because she really wants to be a billionaire. I mean, she's close. She's close, about 900, million off, but she's in the 100 millions that she's worth. Her and her husband, yeah. Yeah, she's got a good chunk of cash that she's sitting on. So, and it's only going to increase as she, I mean, I showed this during the DNC, how much money that the Clintons make whenever they do a speaking engagement. Yeah, I would be surprised if he pulled in a cool million for that. Easy as all get out. Ah. Short one of Pence's top aide noticed that Republicans and media have raised questions about more liberal positions Harris took in her 2020 primary, especially on fracking, universal hair care, reparations for slavery, and how to treat illegals who cross the border. We're surprised that she missed some opportunities against Pence, and then the conversation was centered around policy. Timing, silence, nonverbal communication. One of Harris. All they're saying is they think that she's going to do wonderful. And of course, Castro says the best thing she can do is not get distracted by his antics. Best thing she do is just shut the F up. Like she's got other uses for her lip. Just saying. The Pentagon chief says a 6-month temporary budget bill will have devastating effects on the military. Well, and how is that? How's it going to have devastating effects on the military? I'm not surprised if yeah. How is the Pentagon's chief says a 6-month temporary budget will have devastating effects on the military? So why would we need to have a temporary spending bill whenever we've already spent millions of dollars on foreign aid to Ukraine to fight a proxy war? Why? Wonder how many millions we sent that they put together an omnibus bill that was turned down. Let's see what they have to say. Austin said that passing a continuing resolution that caps spending at 2024 levels rather than taking action on the 25 budget will hurt thousands of defense programs and military recruiting just as beginning to recover after the coup. Asking the department to compete with China, let alone manage conflicts in Europe and the Middle East. No. Let's see, here's the deal. Don't. That's the thing. You should be helping your allies out, not a rogue nation. That would be my thought. Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson is teed up for a vote this week on a bill that would keep federal government funded for 6 more months. The measure aims to garner support for his more conservative GOP members, but also by requiring states to obtain proof of citizenship. Okay. Such as a birth certificate or passport when registering for a person to vote. Congress needs to approve a stopgap spending bill before the end-of-year budget on September 30th to avoid government shutdown just a few weeks before voters go to the polls and elect the next president. Well, that's what they want to avoid right there. Hey, Zach, how you doing this morning? Bribe people for votes using government money, then wonder why the economy sucks. Well, because, Camel is good at sucking down water. Austin said the stopgap measure would cut the defense spending by more than $6 billion compared to the 2025 spending proposal. It would take money from key new priorities. Well, what are those key priorities? Well, we gotta send more tanks and aircraft to Ukraine so they can win their defense against Russia, but they're attacking Russia. No, you never heard that. Fake news. Oh my God. And development projects and delayed 135 new military housing and construction projects. Why would the military be doing housing projects? I mean, think about this. 135 military housing and construction projects. Why would they need more? If recruitment is down, why do they need more housing? If we don't have enough people to fill all the spots, why do they need more housing? Unless they think that they're going to need that housing for, a future conflict. That people are just going to jump at the chance to join the military because of some sort of attack against the U.S. and we feel like we now have to jump in there. Oh, I'm sure, but that's not what they're talking about. They're not talking about barracks need renovation and maintenance. That's not what they're talking about. These are new military houses. That's what they're talking about. And it's $4.3 billion in research and development projects. Yeah, totaling $10 billion. That sounds to me like they're preparing to have a large amount of people in the military in very short order within the next 4 years. What would you bet within the next 4 years? What do you think? Next 4 years that we have another major conflict? You're wasting gas for busing in your voters is also waste of taxpayer money. I know. You pay for it whenever you donate to your overlords. That would also slow progress on a number of key nuclear shipbuilding, high-tech drone, and other weapons programs. Many of those projects are in an array of congressional districts, and it could also have impact on local residents and jobs. It is. There is the kicker. This goes to show right there. Whenever you see it would slow progress on a number of key nuclear shipbuilding, so it would be coastal nuclear ships being built coastal, probably out of Baltimore. I guess somewhere. That's where they'd be building those nuclear ships. Okay. High-tech drone and other weapons programs. So this is all just a threat to the politicians saying, listen, we need to get a budget passed or else they can't build the drone manufacturing plant in your home state. And 2025, 2026, 2027, whenever your next election is, guess what? You won't have the support of Boeing anymore. You won't have Pfizer backing you up. You won't have any of the big bucks. You'll have to figure this out on your own. And the person with the most money, well, they happen to be the ones that win that election. Don't know how it is, but how they're able to find all the votes that they need, even if nobody likes them. They're making tons of money right now. Those cuts could halt enlistment bonuses. Nope. Can't. Sorry, you can't do that. Says the bill would not fund legally required pay raises for civilians. The department would have to find other cuts to offset them. So basically, they're saying that troops would get the cuts could halt enlistment bonuses. Huh. I mean, once you've signed it, that enlistment bonus is there. And if they try to screw you out of that, then they broke the contract. Those bonuses are part of the contract signed. But yet they're building more housing. That's really weird. Delayed training for the National Guard and Reserve Forces. No, that doesn't delay any training. Limit flying hours and other training for active duty troops. No, not really. And impede the replacement of weapons and other equipment that has been pulled from Pentagon stocks sent to Ukraine. Oh, there it is. There it is. How can we defend ourselves whenever we sent all these weapons over to Ukraine to attack Russia? Going forward with the continuing resolution, said Austin will subject service members and their families to unnecessary stress, empower our adversaries. But that's what you've been doing. You think Ukraine has our interest at heart? No, they've come begging for more and more and more and more. They're bleeding you dry and you don't even know it. They're just like camel toe, a vampire, sucking and sucking and sucking. Noted that there have been 48 continued resolutions during 14 of the last 15 fiscal years, for a total of 1,800 days. Austin, Congress must break the pattern of action because U.S. military can't compete with China with our hands tied behind our back every fiscal year. Well, weren't you the guys that ran a goddamn glorious promotion of two moms and how wonderful their daughter was and all this kind of crap? And, you know, it was all about diversity and equity and inclusion. And meantime, Russia was showing you what it could do. Weird, huh? Johnson's bill is not expected to get support in the Democrat-controlled Senate. Well, of course, if it even makes it that far, but Congress will have to pass some type of temporary measure by September 30th to avoid a shutdown. Oh, we know about the shutdown. Then pass an actual budget. Yeah, good for a year. Ah, yes. Yes, it is one of the greatest money laundering schemes. Money to Ukraine. But, you know, that's the trick to it. But something to remember about this single thing. Walt's touts Democrat record of defending gay rights, says Harris, will advance cause elected. It is Minnesota Governor Tim Walz touted Camel Toe Harris's record of defending the gay rights on Saturday night, pledging a supportive crowd that she will advance their cause if elected president. Walz, the Democrat vice presidential nominee, headed for the National Dinner for Human Rights campaign, which he praised as the best party of the nation. He entered the sprawling ballroom of 35,100 attendees to John Mellencamp's town and a boisterous standing ovation from members of the nation's largest gay organization. He noted how Harris worked alongside President Joe Biden to issue executive orders protecting the rights of the gay peoples in healthcare, military, and education. Well, that's why they need so much more housing. It's because you got to have more housing so you can put some more of those sweet boys in there for us. He noted how Harris worked alongside President Joe Biden to issue executive orders protecting the rights of the gay peoples. And the reasons she did it was pretty simple. Camel Toe believes that equity under the law means proper, complicated, equal justice under the law is not to be debated, not that difficult. Transgender youth and adults are facing growing restrictions in states this year. Oh, why? Wait, didn't we talk about this morning? I think we did. You know, the latest pew-pewer we had in Winder, Georgia is transgender. Oh. Did I say something I wasn't supposed to? Yeah, probably. Yeah. He had mental issues. And what do you think would have happened if Dad would have had his son committed because of these mental issues? Do you think there would have been gay rights activists transgender activists, all that bullshit, wouldn't have been jumping all over him because he had his mentally ill child committed because of that. Oh, no. We'll wait until he does something violent. Or like Tennessee. Wait until they do something violent. And address the situation. But we'll blame the father for it. Interesting how that works. If elected, Donald Trump said he would replicate some of those restrictions at the federal level. Where? Where has he said that? Not long after Biden dropped out, well, he never was in the race. They just told him he was. The organization also applauded her selection of balls on the wall as her running mate, citing his long record of gay youth and backing the same thing with marriage. Oh, same-sex. I'm sorry, that's not marriage. That's just that's a civil union. I mean, good morning, Stacey. How you doing? Not long after Biden dropped out of the race and endorsed Harris for president. On Saturday night, Balls to the Wall recounted how he taught social studies, was a football coach at Minnesota High while he was assistant coach, and that he was unexpectedly approached by a student asking him to serve as the faculty advisor of the Gay Alliance. He outlined a litany of Harris's achievements on the gay issues, recalling an episode in when, as Attorney General of California, she had to personally call a Los Angeles clerk who was declining to issue a marriage license to same-sex couples. Cool. That's what I would do. Happy youth? I guess so. He is joyful. Makes me, anybody that thinks it's okay for young men and young women to be using the bathroom together, I guess hasn't really been paying any attention to violence that happens in these situations. Weird, isn't it? You must start the marriages immediately, Harris told the clerk, according to Walls. She has the best line then. She told the clerk, have a good day. It's going to be a fun one. Here's the crowd to work to help elect Harris, outlining what could happen if Trump got a second term in the White House. Trump's policy proposals would restrict freedom. Wait, no. How would it restrict freedom? Seems to me like it would be more. I have a feeling why he was already asked to do that as well. His mannerisms are suspect? No, they're not suspect. It's pretty damn clear. I mean, it's the whole, Don Rickles look. I went over this before. They don't want you to notice that he bears quite a resemblance to John Wayne Gacy. Just saying. Trump's has made attacks on transgender people. No, he hasn't. No, see, this is where it's a lie. He's never made any attacks on transgender people ever. People of a mainstay of his campaign rhetoric as he seeks his second term in office marks about face for Trump, who in his 2016 address the RNC called for the party to protect. Called for the what? Trump, who in his 2016, I'm confused. If reelected, Trump has pledged in his policy platform to stop public schools from promoting gender transition. See, there you go. It's not, he doesn't give two shits about you being transgender. He wants to keep your kids away from being mutilated. How is that? And see, like I said, you've got another transgender student that pew-pewed up a school, deleted 4 people, and they won't even report about it. The AP won't even report about it because of this right here. Because if they did report about this kid being transgender, what do you think would happen at their whole policy? I mean, the kid is mentally disturbed. Clearly, he wants to chop off body parts. Thinks that's okay. Something not quite right there. And you're wanting to do that. He's never said anything about whether you're gay or not. He just wants to keep kids. He wants to keep kids safe. It sounds like to me. Oh, Tinkle Tits, how you doing, brother? It says your backyard just flooded. Woke up your neighbors free at 4 a.m. He's a hero and he helped me. Irrigation street valve was. Oh, that sucks. There's something. Zilla's realm. Okay, what's a member of the Don Rickles Charm School? Yes. In an event last week for Moms for Liberty, Trump went after Algerian boxer MMA Khalif. Continuing to spread the truth about the Olympic gold medalist being a dude, not transgender, a dude. Yeah. That's as much as you want to change it, as much you want to change the narrative, that's a dude. Then it pushed the outlandish claim that public schools are performing gender. Well, no, that's not what he said. That they're promoting they're promoting it, but they're not. Your kid goes to school and comes home a few days later with an operation. And what'll happen eventually? Hey, worship the sun and pray to Joe Pesci. Nice, I love it. He repeated the assertion on a rally Saturday. Transgender youth rarely undergo gender confirmation surgery anywhere. What? I'm trying to understand. They've really got me confused. Asked about the comments, a campaign spokeswoman, Carol Levitt, said could not provide any examples to substantiate his claim, but he pointed to reports that thousands of K through 12 schools have rules that bar teachers from telling parents if their child asks to use pronouns that deviate from those on their birth certificate. Yes, that is true. And teachers, they need to have those kids. Geez, would you look at this? Oh boy, Archie Bunker would have a field day. Pray to Joe Pesci. Yeah. President Trump will ensure all Americans are treated equally under the law, regardless of race, gender, or sexual orientation. He added that the former president does not believe children should be allowed to have what she called permanent gender mutilation surgery. Now, how is that? Well, of course, AP Education coverage receives financial support from multiple private foundations. If you're wondering who that list of supporters are, all you have to do is just read their news stories. Because they promote the shit out of those left-wing policies. Biden is yours, so Uncle Melty is Cameron Miranda. Your first exposure to trans. No, that's not trans. That's cross-dressing. See, there's a big difference between transgender and cross-dressing. Big difference. And a lot of people don't understand the difference. Like, you've got cross-dressers, drag queens, transgender, and then you have those that have actually got post-op and pre-op and post-op. So there's different levels of what that is. I mean, it's still a variation. I mean, I worked with a bunch of drag queens. I worked with transvestites that were, had sex changes. And, dudes that were just like, no, I'm still the dude. I'm like pre-op shit. Like had voice that was deeper than mine. It was like, oh, I'm just, just grew up and felt that I was a woman, Okay, whatever. If that's your thing, that works for you. Not my thing. Don't really care. Do you. I just won't be. That's all. not my speed. There's guys that are into that, but hey, that's their thing. If they like the dudes, then go for it. Doesn't matter to me. Of course, got the AP fact check. Let me guess. I haven't looked at it. Isn't it? There's male, female. No. There's always male and female, and then there's hermaphrodites, but those are so rare. I mean, here's the thing: that you can cater to certain parts of things, in the grand scheme of things. Without male female, we wouldn't exist. Sorry, you can try to change the narrative, but we just wouldn't exist at all. That's why they need to have your children, because they cannot have children of their own because they cut off the appropriate parts for doing that kind of thing. And I'm not talking about people that are unable to have children. That's completely different. I'm talking about people that have mutilated themselves. And they're wondering why that they have children or not able to care for children. Or they go on a pew-pew spree in a high school because someone was calling them gay. That's where it gets a little scary. But of course, let's pull up the I'm a male, want to see. Oh boy, here we go. So what do we have here? We have the AP fact check. Oh, verify the latest news with AP fact check. AP fact checkers combat misinformation by debunking false and misleading claims. Except this is false and misleading. Look back at some of the questionable claims made during the Democrat convention, which was a bunch of garbage. We've already read all of these. Fact focused positive post falsely claimed video shows Harris promising to censor ex and owner Elon Musk. Oh wow, really? Is that where we're at in this world? Is that where we're at? Well, let me see what exactly is going on with this here. Got it here somewhere. I'm sucking the wind out of my sails. Oh my God. Oh yeah, here it is. Oh, let's see. And there's a I did get a debate preview. Cool. Pretty sure that it's here. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Debate preview.
So that I don't have that big lipstick mark on the lid. So I said, can we do something about the color of the lid? So that I don't have.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. Yeah, this is another one that CNN put out there. Oh boy.
Democrats have called Dick Cheney a war criminal for 20 years. And now all of a sudden, they're clapping like seals to get his endorsement. This does not strike me as people who are interested in listening to your conservative viewpoints. They are hungry for power. They will take Dick Cheney's endorsement today. Democrats have called Dick Cheney.
Yeah. Yeah. But so I showed what Walt speaking at the human rights gay thing. Oh yeah. Well, here's his speech.
And we did something a little bit. We banned banning books, especially banning LGBTQ books for themes in that.
What was he talking about? He said, no, we wanted to make sure that kids are getting porn. That's what they were after. But of course, this is going to be your debater here.
There is this wonderful word that has a great meaning, and it's called hypothesis, which means that you have an idea, and then it is well accepted. It will be tested.
Mhm.
And then you will learn whether it was correct or not, but there will be no pride associated with the hypothesis, because after all, it was a hypothesis.
Right.
And then you will reconvene and then create a new hypothesis.
Right.
Yeah. Learned a new word. Uh-huh. Oh my. Oh my. Hey. Have you guys ever seen Jim Brewer? Jim Brewer made me laugh the other day whenever I saw this. And I always thought that Brewer was pretty damn funny. This one just, because I remember watching his video on. This is awesome.
I was portraying the ridiculousness of what I'm watching. I'm watching the mayor of New York eating McDonald's French fries.
Right.
Probably the most unhealthy, disturbing food, if it is food, going, you mean I get free French fries if I stick this needle in me? Who's not watching this going, oh, you know what? Maybe something's weird going on. How do you not?
I know.
It still staggers my thought process that anyone will still defend those times.
I know.
And they'll still go, they use all the, part of that I did I call it the cockatoos, the cockatoo.
Yeah,
And what the cockatoos do is they again, it's hypnotized and it's brainwashing. You'll sit there and then you think you know this information when all you're doing is you just watch Bugs Bunny and now you're repeating the Bugs Bunny. That's all you're doing. Like, threat to our democracy. Threat to our democracy. Weird. They're weird. Like, oh my God, you don't even have a thought process of your own anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm Trump or whoever. How do you watch Biden half the time and go, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong.
And then the day they were all shocked.
It took a debate.
No,
It took a debate for him sounding like Ozzy. It took that for anyone blindly following, going, "Oh yeah, maybe something's wrong." Are you kidding me? We are in a war.
Yeah.
Period. Well, no matter how you want to explain the war, it's an information war, it's a spiritual war. It's a war.
Yeah.
And they made it clear they have no issue taking your child out. They have no issue taking out your mother, your grandmother. They have no issue separating your home, your best friend, any of that. Before Trump was president, not many people questioned Hollywood or news. You trusted everything they said. Mm-hmm. Everyone trusted all pharmacies, all doctors, everything. That pendulum in just 7 years those roots were so deep planted for so long. Education. All of it is now flopping, not just in America, across the whole world. No one's taking it seriously anymore, and they're losing. Mm-hmm. It's like they're trying to stomp out 8 billion fires.
Yeah,
oh
exactly.
my God! It's like stop this podcaster. Bing, another one pops up. Stop this program. Bing, another one.
There you go.
We're losing all control, sire. Send out monkeypox. Do something. Send out Kamala Harris. Do something. I have lots of hope.
Good.
And I truly believe incredible things are on the way.
Did you say free fries when you get vaccinated. I got vaccinated. You're saying I could get this, these delicious fries? Wait a minute. But there's also a burger element to this. Let me check with Bill Neathart. Is it too early in the day to eat a burger? No. This could be breakfast? Okay. I want you to look at this and think about, again, some people love hamburgers, some don't. Really want to respect all ways of life. But if this is appealing to you, just think of this when you think of vaccination. Vaccination. I'm getting a very good feeling about vaccination right this moment.
Yep. That was what we had going on in our country. And all of a sudden it's gotten much worse because I've got someone that spits some fire. This lady spits fire. Good morning. Good morning, Stacy. Diane, good morning. Good to see you. Heidi, Jar, Brizilla's Realm. I guess I've met you before. Good to see you. Sharon. And I gotta tell you another interesting story. And it's probably a little more personal, but I just don't care. That's the thing. All right, here we go. This is interesting.
Like in the words of Malcolm X, who told us what? That the white liberal is the worst enemy to the black man.
Yes.
And he is coming up in here acting like y'all representing some social justice.
Say that,
but all along, all
that.
you're doing is trying to use black people
Say
to
that.
find a reason to make some money.
Say
Let me
that.
tell y'all something over there. We're done. The Democratic Party is done.
Abuse the black America.
So come in here and go clean it up. Do just like R.A. Jr. Just do like that Tulsa lady. You better get up out the Democratic Party. Save yourself. Because if y'all don't, we coming for your seats. We ain't taking no disrespect from a bunch of people who have broke into the country and now have completely broke the city, have completely disgraced the United States of America. America is a disgrace. The number one function of a president is to be the commander-in-chief. You tell me anything about a Kamala Harris that look like she can protect this country after y'all have sat up here and let it get overridden with a bunch of illegals. Y'all have sat up here and put America's hands in all kind of wars. And you telling me a tampon man that ran from duty, Kamala Harris, who don't know what race she is, gonna protect this country? The devil is a lie.
Devil is a liar. Bringing it. Yeah. I need her to be a guest preacher. Yes, you do. Morning, Tracy. Good morning. Yeah, probably, because that's what she was lied to about. The tampon man, yeah. Man, tampon girls, whatever.
Leaked audio has just come out from the public affairs chief of the Southern District of New York saying, quote, Alvin Bragg was stacking charges and rearranging things just to make it fit a case. To be honest with you, I think the case is nonsense. Every real estate person in New York does what Trump did. Nobody's even been charged with this. Leaked audio has just come out from the public affairs.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the kind of craziness that we get. That is the kind of craziness we get. She had no fear of telling it like it is. Well, and before I get out of here, well, personal story. I guess somebody, I don't know who this person is. You guys probably do, but I don't. Reached out to me and decided that I needed to not cover certain things. As somebody I've never heard of, I've never interacted with, and really don't don't care to, especially after they were begging to come onto my stream so they could give their side of the story. Well, they also said that because this other streamer they know very well is doing, they've increased their views because they take a view that's contrary to what I cover. Okay. So if you're going to send me an email, telling me how to do my streams, telling me how to do something I've been doing for almost 2 years now. Here's my suggestion is go screw yourself before you send that email. Just because you don't like what I talk about, because you don't like what I say, you don't like my take on things, you don't like my humor, there's a simple thing you can do is you can reach over there, you can change the dial, and you can go screw off. It's not hard. I am not going to bow down to what somebody else makes demands of me that I stream. I do what I enjoy doing. So if you're listening, asshole, you can go screw yourself with a 10-foot pole, and whatever this little podcast you want to talk about, they can go screw themselves too, because I'd never heard of them and I don't really care. There you go. That's my news for the day. I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have some fun. I cover stories that I find interesting. And if somebody doesn't like it, that's their problem, not mine. I've got better things to do than waste my time on things that don't interest me or people that I have no idea who the F they are. So they can get a they can get a 10-foot pole, climb up on top of it, and ride it down slowly with no lubrication for all I care. But don't come after me or threaten me in any way, shape, or form. That right there will get you removed from YouTube really damn quick, and I'll make damn sure that if you do come after me in any way, shape, or form, that the amount of retribution that will be seethed upon you by YouTube will pale in comparison to any kind of issue that you have with me. Oh, there's drama? Oh no. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not even going to give them a bit of voice for who they might be or might not be, because they are not deserving of that. And to give them any sort of recognition other than tell them to go screw themselves would be pointing people in a direction which I don't care. If they want to make assumptions, make assumptions. I'm just telling you, I don't engage with assholes. Never will, never have. I don't have time for it. Actually, I did a while back whenever I first started streaming. And all it is drama. Because this person wants to get a platform. They want to have recognition because they are very, very low on my concerns. One of my top concerns is I've got a bunch of stuff going on this week that like finishing my porch so rodents can't get in. That's more concerning to me than some podcast. Just so you know, it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. And just come in here and have some fun, for Christ's sakes. We don't have time for all of the garbage if somebody, like I said, if you don't like what I'm covering, you don't like the outlook that I'm putting out there, then do your own fucking thing. Have at it. You don't need to come on my streams to learn me, because I don't care. So, it's a drama-free zone. Exactly. You use the right deck sealer on your deck. Yes, I always use the right deck sealer on my, because if I don't use the right deck sealer, then it just ends up being a big mess all over the damn place. Just it leaks like crazy. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. If you got issues, go make your own channel. And if people agree with you, then you'll find your audience. That's how I look at it. If they don't like it, then tough. Figure out something new to do. I mean, if you're talking about how great you're making somebody else's channel, then have at it. But you don't need me to do that for you. I have too much other crap to deal with than this. And like I said, I think experts said this before, that I stream more than anyone he knows. So if I say something that offends someone, well, that's just tough. I don't care. I don't care if you're offended. I don't live my life to not worry about somebody being offended or not offended or any of that other crap. I just don't worry about it. I've got better things to do with my life, better things to do with my time. It's not about winning or any crap like that. It's just, I just don't care. I'm an idiot. I am a moron. I am the person that cares less about most anything. But have fun doing it. Anyhow, look forward to my streams. Well, thank you, Stacy. It's like TV. If you don't like it, turn the channel or turn it off. Any of those. It's a beautiful thing. Speaking of being turned off, I've got to go like gargle salt water. This thing isn't going to cut it. I want to be sounding good tomorrow night, and tonight, believe that we're going to be on the expert for the derailed stream. Pretty sure that that's where it's happening tonight. So make sure you guys come by, check that out. I've got I'm sending all you fine folks over to go give her a thumbs up and show her how much you can. With that, I am out of here. You guys have a good day, and I'll see you all tonight. Peace, y'all.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.